Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Nerdcast. I am Mike, and I'm your GM this evening for Star Wars Galactic Youth, our Age of Rebellion campaign. So, with that said, guys, if you're new here, please give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to our channel, and you will see video game content as well as tabletop RPG content. Pretty much on either a daily basis or a weekly basis, you'll see the RPG stuff come out. But we have different things that we do, from Star Wars to Dungeons and Dragons and L5R. So there's a little bit of something for everybody, as well as our PC gaming content. So with that said, we're going to jump right back over here to Galactic Youth, and last time on Galactic Youth.
Zoom, zoom. Oh man, those guys just went splat!
And I think I should enter my own comment here, which is, what are you doing in a droid socket?
Hey man,
Somebody's got to add something into this.
I want him to be our friend.
You
All
should
right.
just take on the persona of, like, Cheech. Cheech Marin.
Oh, please, God, don't.
Because as you said that, I was like, man, that's a good accent for Moringa.
All right. So,
It's like he sounds like the flea from A Bug's Life.
so we sped away last time. This airspeeder was. We finally sped around a corner, and there was a magnificent crash that just took place by a couple of swoops that were in pursuit of you, and
Pursuit swoops.
you guys had successfully made it down through a couple sets of alleys and across a few streets, and as you did so, you passed through one major intersection, and the swoops, trying to give chase, clipped another vehicle, and it spun it directly into his partner, who careened into the side of a building. And you guys were able to successfully escape and flee from your pursuers. So, as you guys are now flying, and kind of the droid is still tearing ass through this area here.
Hey,
and
Cupcake, slow us down. Take us down to regular speed.
I'd be happy to. And
Yeah.
the speeder kind of drastically slows down. Is our destination still get away fast, or is our destination 1413?
14.
I thought we were on 1413. Take us
Yeah.
to 1402.
1402.
Sure, we can go there now.
Do you have a quadrant or specific destination in mind on 1402?
Yeah, we do. I'm going to examine him. Hey, my friend, you were damaged a little bit. Let me check you out. Make sure that you're all better now. I don't want you having any issues.
Thank you for the offer. However, the company will repair me, as this has not been the first instance of, should we say, less than stellar activity towards our droid counterparts.
Hey, I believe in droid rights. And I'm going to check you out. I don't know that they'll do as good a job as I can.
I must insist that you please refrain from working on me.
Just let them in your socket.
I promise you will enjoy it. So
The droid is very insistent on you not touching the socket anymore.
Didn't you enjoy it the first time?
On your display, a giant rape whistle comes in.
He's got the little electrical probe. Oh.
Since we are no longer in active pursuit, I must insist that all repairs are performed by my company. Unless we are in a position of me not being able to adequately serve as your pilot.
I'm worried about that. So let me just take a look. Thank you.
The droid's telling you
cooperation.
no.
I basically want to see if he's got a
Buckle
computer. Does he have a computer link? I'm worried right now. I'm worried that he's going to relay the information, the coordinates, and all that. I want to prevent him from being able to relay the coordinates of where we're going.
Are you doing that by checking him out, or are you doing that by checking the computer system on the
speeder?
On the speeder.
I'll do the speeder.
Okay. All right. He's not going to object to you plugging into the computer system
Okay.
on the speeder. So this will be. So are you specifically trying to see if he is uplinked communications wise?
And yes, and if I can disrupt that uplink.
Okay.
We do have a jam.
I'll say that's I'll say that's an average check.
Can I just flip on the jammer?
Of course you can.
I just flip on the jammer.
Yeah, but if we jam, that could trigger people. What's this jammer doing? They might pick up the jammer.
It'll just be we're going fast enough. It'll just be a blip on their stuff.
Then.
All right, you do flip on the jammer?
Flip on the jammer.
Okay.
I don't tell Moringa.
2 success, 1 threat.
You are not able to find any internet or intranet or holonet connection whatsoever at this point, and you're not even getting outbound or inbound communications to this vehicle.
Do I determine that there's probably a jammer going on?
I don't know. You'd have to determine.
I got 2 successes. I would know.
Does he
that
recognize
something-
any equipment for such a thing?
That depends on how discreet you were. If you guys would like to have a competitive roll-off, by all means.
Hey,
Oh, sure, I'll roll a deception check against this.
why are you messing with me, dude? Man, what's the problem, man? Let me check this
All right,
thing out.
turn the jammer off.
So, do I have to re-roll?
Everything comes right back up, and now you are seeing that there is connection to the Holonet, and you are seeing that there's just general traffic communication, which is very reminiscent of like a CB radio kind of style communication. You're not seeing anything that is directly linked like a low jack or anything like that onto the vehicle. You would assume if something like that, it's not in the vehicle, it would be in the droid, based upon your successes.
Okay. And the droid is adamant about my not messing with it.
Yes, he is.
All right.
You may get the shocker. Your finger does not belong there.
Force powers work on droids. I can't remember.
I have an ion blaster.
No, not unless it's a move power.
I could stun the droid and then reprogram him.
Yeah, while he pilots the airspeeder.
Well, I don't want him to know where we're going. Okay, put
That's
your,
why I was
put
trying
your
to get us to
jammer
not
on.
go.
Put the jammer back on.
I still think we just shouldn't go to 1400, at least not to where we were supposed to be going. Do we know any other locations in 1400? Or 1402?
No, this is you guys have not been down to that level. I don't see why your
But the
history
astromech
would
droid will know.
understand. Yeah.
Are there any good places to eat in 1402?
Please direct your attention to the holo screen. And as you see, on the front of it, it just almost is like, a veritable list of like phone records of here's all the different restaurants that are.
Okay, so is there any, and maybe we need to make like, I don't know, astrogation doesn't really make sense, but streetwise to see like, what's the furthest restaurant away from where we're trying to
Okay,
go?
I know of a restaurant in 1402, and that is actually.
For those that are not on the stream or can't see
Oh,
this,
I just flipped a
Rick
destiny
just
point.
flipped a destiny point to add to the story. So
Right. So I know of, and because they gave us the directions of where we needed to go to the Speeder Emporium, and I'm familiar with a restaurant that's not far from that area. That's a seafood restaurant.
Of course it is. You're not alone. All right. So are you blurting out this address,
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah. Take us to 2748 Crawfish Lane.
Crawfish is a derogatory term meant for so.
What do you care?
This place called Hops.
Yeah.
Destination: hot, spicy fried things. Takes off, and basically you guys are taken up into one of those transport highways is what it's considered. So it's an interlevel highway, and all it is essentially just a giant tube opening that goes from one floor to the next, and it just works its way up probably 40, 50, 60 levels at a time, and then you would have to get off like an off-ramp and then head over to another section that would take you up. Just depends on how they were all designed at that when that happened to be the premier level.
Okay, or down in our case.
Correct. Well, no, in your case,
Because we were at
yes, you are
1413.
right. So in your case, you are going down. You are correct. So we are descending down to that particular point, but it's the same type of concept.
Right.
Now there isn't anything here that would force you to have to go through another connection tunnel, so you guys are able to make it down there and with relative ease. I am going to roll for random here to see whether or not something does happen along the way. So, dark side, something happens. Light side, something does not happen.
No, it's a 50% chance. Ooh, 2 light side.
Right.
So twice as nothing happened.
So you guys are weaving
Maybe
through.
something good happens.
You guys are weaving through
Like
traffic.
the last passenger left a bag of credits so we can actually pay this droid.
They just got a shipment of crawfish in.
No.
Tony Cupcake is running this deal here on this level now.
You shouldn't have spent all your money on cupcakes.
I didn't spend it all. I don't know how much I had.
I don't either.
You guys would have had your average roughly about 500 starter.
Oh, well, shoot.
This would be considered kind of incidental traffic movement here, but so at this point, really it's uneventful. A few close calls with people, blaring horns, things like that, as you guys are, heading down into the next, layers and levels, and you are eventually pull up in front of this little diner. And in the diner you can see a couple of service droids, but you can see a couple of other, a whole bunch of different species. Most of them seem to be of the aquatic nature. Oddly enough, considering that you went to Hop's Fried Spicy Foods. And since I can't do Hop's voice very, very well here, I'm just simply going to say that a creature that does look like a gigantic frog is walking around the back of their kitchen, and you hear, "Hey, no, rush," and you just hear these barking orders that are going on to a couple of different cooks, and the bell rings, and food's being thrown up over the counter. Service droids are going left and right, and that's kind of just the general business mayhem that you kind of see going on. And as the droid, he fully brings the vehicle to a complete stop, he says, "Thank you for flying with us today. Please insert your credit chit into the slot, and we will be glad to charge you. If you are unable to do so, the police will be notified."
I insert 6 credit chits. Right, it would be $550 to get here.
Yeah.
Is that right? So yeah, I have 6 credit chits with 100 each. I had a convinced our leading officer to give me 1,000 credits before we left. Yeah.
Or should we just jam it and then I'll blast him?
No, I'm gonna pay him.
Well, gentlemen, should I wait here for further ride?
No, please go back to wherever it is we got you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's been nice knowing you, even though, and I have the restraining bolt.
All right. And he basically replies, "We appreciate your business. If you're ever in need of us again, please look us up. We will be located at any of the West Wind security offices." And you see the speeder start to lift and take off.
Well, that is going to be a problem right there. But I don't think we can blow up a speeder in front of this restaurant.
We don't have to blow them up. I've got a ion blaster.
Yeah, I don't think people like people shooting at other things outside of their restaurants. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe they're used to it. But let me go over there first.
Well, we could have done it while we were in the air.
All right. So the speeder has pulled off now,
Yeah.
and it's taken off and headed back another direction. Now it doesn't look like it's necessarily flying back up towards the main, travel highway. It just looks like it's probably headed off somewhere else on this particular level. All
Okay.
right. So you guys are standing there in front of Hops.
Let's go in. Yeah,
I just want to deliver our things.
we do.
Are you hungry?
Well, we're always hungry. Man, but, we need to... I guess he's out of sight. All right,
You
we'll
mean
come back.
we need to get away from the place where we just dropped off
Yeah, I guess
ourselves?
that's right. Yeah,
That's
okay,
probably-
man. Yeah, man. Okay. We go.
Merenga, your heart is too good. You must
Man.
think more like a criminal.
I am a criminal.
prove it.
Actually, I have a rank in skullduggery.
That means you know how to do it.
I do.
It doesn't mean you're adept.
That's true. All right. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Let's.
You said
let's,
that the
let's look. Slide.
it's not far from here.
No, it's not.
No, we want to look inconspicuous.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that what I said? Come on. All right, man. Let's we'll look inconspicuous. And so
So
we'll
you
walk
said
on down the road.
it's not far from where we landed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we should go
So
there.
we're just gonna wander over to
So you guys head over, and it's
Alto's used speeder emporium.
it's about 3 or 4 or 5 blocks away. You know, long city blocks, obviously, and it looks like a complete and absolute rundown kind of shack.
Why did I know that was going to be
shanty
the
kind
case?
of look. Well, in the front, you see a bunch of different speeders. Now, they have some new things. They have some older things. They have some swoops that are sitting there. You know, but it's essentially a used car shop.
So is there a guy in white patent leather shoes? And
There is not.
Oh.
There is not. However, it does remind you of like one of those little gas station car lots, per se. So it looks like an old converted where you got this little glass shack that kind of sits there, and you know you can see that there's maybe a few repair bays behind it, and
sushi repair base?
a few repair bays.
Oh, a few.
Sushi repair bays. Yeah, they specialize in your kind of medicine.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes, that was specious. So, you guys, you know, are kind of, are you kicking tires? What are you doing? You're just walking up to this, and
we're looking for Jarrell.
you just hollering that out in the middle of the.
Well, we're yeah. We're
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if we can find a name tag.
By all means, feel free.
Difficulty?
Average.
Nope.
Okay.
Got 2 advantages.
Hey, who's running this place here?
So a human does kind of walk out in front of you, and he goes, "I'm Bob. What can I do for you?"
Hey, Bob. Yeah, we're you know.
Did your accent just change?
Yeah, a little bit. It changes all the time. I'm Nautilin.
It's a defining characteristic.
It's fluid.
You are racist.
It's a Nautilin trait. I have pheromones, and I pick up accents from other people. See? You know that Nautilin's work.
Are you flipping a destiny point for this one?
No. It's in the chart. I pick up emotions, and for him, part of
Bob
that
is confused.
Part of that is he picks up their accents too. You know, he's like a chameleon.
Are you mocking me?
Man, I'm not mocking you, man. I'm not See? You see how that works? Man.
What
Anyway,
can I do for you here?
A friend of ours told us that y'all do good deals down here, man.
Yeah, of course we do good deals. We got great deals. Actually, I'll tell you what. I got this pretty little picture back over here, and oh boy, it flies like a dream. Let me just tell you what we can do for you. I got the best prices around, and you're not going to be able to say no. So I'm going to have to take you over here, and let's go get behind the controls. By the way, how's your credit? Oh, it's good, isn't it? Let's go. And he just starts dragging me back over.
I got a couple of 100 credits, no problem.
And he stops. As in, you brought a down payment with you.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think we can work with that.
So, yeah, they told us. They told us that there was a guy here named Jarrell that has gives us good deals.
Jarrell. I don't have a Jarrell here. I have a Jovel.
Oh, Jarrell, man,
Yeah,
you
he
know.
owns the place.
Oh, does he? Yeah, he said he's a friend of his. His name's Greg. And he said we should talk to Javel. Yeah, that's it, Javel.
Greg. Greg. I don't know no stinking Greg.
Well,
But hey, I can go back and call Javel and see if he's got one.
Yeah, well, we'll talk to him.
All right, how about we talk to Javel right after we check out this little beauty over here?
I'm all right. Why don't you let him talk to Javel? I'll go check out the little beauty.
I didn't go with you.
Oh, you're off wandering around? Okay. All right,
So-
I'm going to go check out the speeder.
All right, so we're going to cut scene over here to Aaron. What did Aaron do when Bob and
Well, I listened as
Miranda
they walked off. And when he pointed back over this way, I walked that way.
So you're heading back into that little glass
Their
shop
office
kind of
space, yeah.
office space. And you walk in and you just see a counter and a little desk that sits over to the side and a couple of data pads and things like that. And you see a small hallway that kind of runs back off what you can assume from what you saw on the outside, like towards the repair base.
Okay. Is there anybody working in this office?
No, Bob came out of this office.
Okay, but nobody's in here.
Nobody is in here right now.
Do I see any cameras or anything?
Yes, you do.
Perfect.
Then I'm going to go invisible.
Is there like a bell on the desk?
Not a bell per se, but you know, you got some pipes. You can yell down the hallway. I mean,
Oh. I just kind of knock on the desk very loudly, I guess.
and you hear from the back, Bob, I'm busy.
Yeah, Bobby's not here.
What? And you just hear this grumbling as this big old basilisk walks around the corner, and he's like, "Who are you? What are you doing here? Where's Bob? Bob's supposed to talk to you people."
Bobby is talking to us people.
Well, then why aren't you out there with Bob?
Then my friend is with Bob.
I see that.
I wanted to talk to you myself.
And who are you? I'm kind of busy.
My name is Neraxis. And I am here from... I have some data.
I actually have the data.
I know you do. To send you away for a certain group that has requested that I drop it off with you.
Data, group, drop off. None of this is ringing a bell.
Okay.
Who are you with?
Was I supposed to give any kind of keyword?
Not that I can
there?
recall.
No.
Tell him you were the Black Sun.
This data is pertaining to a very prolific gang in Coruscant, the Black Sun.
He kind of pauses for a second and goes, "You're not here to try and shake me down, are you?
No.
We don't stand kindly to that kind of nonsense around here."
What was the name of our commanding officer? I think I wrote it down. Rourke?
Pike.
Pike?
Pike. That's
Didn't
right.
write that down.
Pike. A very Star Trek name.
Do you know Pike?
Let's see. I sold a speeder to a Pike 2 weeks ago, and another one to another gentleman that's
I see. You are
up on
obviously not the person that I am
1413.
looking for. 1413.
Yeah, there was a gentleman that came in here looking for a taxi service kind of speeder. It was a special order.
Did we have a cow?
Hmm?
Did we have a cow that we left?
Yeah, the taxi service speeder that we hijacked. Come here.
No. I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I think it is. 1413, he said. That's where we were.
We're going to break back into, for those that have not seen the sessions, or seen that particular session, what vehicle did I describe that you guys were broken out of prison in?
Don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember either. I
It
just
was
remember.
a sky cab.
Okay.
Oh. Yes, the Sky Cab. It sounds familiar, sure. I've seen them. What of it?
Well, you know, I mean, after he bought it, he had to get some repairs done to it. So, you know, maybe you can describe what kind of repairs were done, and then we might be able to figure out if you're on the level here, son.
So what repairs were done?
Did it get shot? Did an explosion go off next to it?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a few episodes ago, no?
It's been months. My brain is hurting.
It has been 4 months since that happened.
All right, so generally speaking, I will throw you a bone here.
Yeah, I'm not listening to episode 3 before I come in here.
No.
We're on episode 20 here.
No, but you should recall your campaign.
Listen,
Yes.
I don't recall my own campaigns that
I
I'm
know.
running.
One of the problems with is
We have
that
4 shows, Mike.
Yes.
We have 4 shows and I have 3 characters.
So
Step your game up.
Plus all my NPCs.
Step your game up.
So, hey, Mike, what powers does Isawa have?
He actually can manipulate water. He can
But how? What's the name?
Oh, fuck if I care. No, okay. That's
Anyway, so
that's for argument's sake here at the table.
There was some.
That's how things go.
There was some bullet holes and perhaps some shrapnel embedded. It needed some body work mostly.
He kind of laughs and says, he
blaster holes, sorry, not bullets. Star Wars
so
nerds.
pike, huh? Did he send you down here to pay for that jalopy, or has he got other business in mind?
As I said, I am here to drop off information.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about you go get your buddy out there and tell old Bob that I'll handle the deal, and you guys come on in here, and that you're actually here for a pickup of a repaired vehicle.
Oh, sorry, it looks like Bob is taking him up in that fancy car.
I'm under the hood, and I rolled 2 successes and an advantage. So I'm gonna.
It's a piece of shit.
Okay, I'm repairing things on this piece of shit.
You're just pointing. You're just pointing out where things are messed up.
No, I'm actually, if I could fix them, I'm fixing them.
Bob's kind of getting beside him. No. Don't, will you just get?
You need a mechanic, man. You need someone to come in and fix this stuff. What is wrong with you people? Look at this. You got the cadiddly bob, regulator over here. You're going to the transmuter transshiggy.
It looks like he is fixing your car. Do you also need this salesman? Can we change this campaign? We would like jobs.
So he.
I'm sorry.
Jovel just lets out this like, and he kind of sticks his head out the front door and goes, Bob, just send him in here. What am I going to do with you? You're damn near useless as tits on a boar.
What do you mean useless? I'm fixing your bloody heap over here.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Bob.
Yo, you need a mechanic.
Bob, take a break.
Just
you, Nolan, come here.
A few more rounds, I'll have it fixed.
A few more rounds.
All right. I'm coming, man. No problem. But it just bugs me. The shoddy work they do.
He is a very good mechanic. You should consider hiring him.
Mm.
And like I said, I can sell to almost anybody.
Yeah. Well, we go to work.
So as you guys kind of walk back in,
cupcakes.
right? As you walk back into the building, you see AA Ron standing there with the basilisk, and the basilisk kind of looks over at you guys and goes. He looks over towards the cameras and kind of back towards you guys and says, "So, unfortunately, the weekly special we sold last week. So let's go back and have a conversation in my office here, and we'll see what we may have coming inbound, and be able to get you guys in the right piece of equipment for what you need to get done with."
I'm looking for a fixer-upper, as you can
Yes,
tell.
we need a better car. Let's go to the office.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. All right, we'll go to the
Something
office.
wrong with his face. I don't know Nautilus very well, but he looks like he's got a twitch.
He is picking up on some emotional baggage.
Yours?
No.
I don't know what kind of baggage.
I don't know what kind of baggage I got. Although there was this time when I was a kid and I had this uncle, but we're not going to talk about that.
Can we go to the office? Actually, on second thoughts.
We need to leave. We go to the office.
To the fly. All right. So you guys kind of huddle back into the office, and he kind of grumbles back and forth with you, and conversation kind of quickly. He goes over a few little odds and ends that where like he's trying to sell you a speeder. And then he gets up and closes the door. And he goes, "All right, unfortunately, guys, out there is not necessarily the most secure place to have a conversation. Now, what did Pike send you down here for? Because he usually doesn't send down a whole lot of people to do a whole lot of things. He tries to keep me off to the side unless something's really important here."
He sent us for 2 things.
He did.
To get jobs, because we are young. We cannot be in the rebel business. But also, we got you a data spike.
I don't have a job for you, but I'll be happy to take a look at this said data spike.
You do have a job for me. You need a
Hell happened to your voice? Very assertive.
You need me.
No, son, I actually have a mechanic. Bob's just a relative. He's an idiot.
Well, your mechanic's an idiot.
He's married to my sister. How that works, I don't know.
Oh.
I keep telling her she's gonna break him.
Who's your mechanic?
I got a data spike we took from West End Games.
Sounds like a great company.
Yeah, it was.
Are they good at writing books?
Yeah,
They
Oh,
were.
They were. They were.
Are they informative? Did they add to this world?
Yes, very much.
Okay, great. I'm all game.
So anyway, you're supposed to decode this for us.
Decode this for you. All right. Let's see.
It's more for Pike.
Now, how much trouble is this? And he takes it out of here. How much trouble is this going to get me into?
A lot.
A big heap.
Interesting.
It has information about the Black Sun.
So how exactly did we come across a data spike that has information on the Black Sun?
Well,
I don't know. It fell into our hands.
Not buying it, son.
we are very smart.
We are. Yes, Inspector Clouseau. We liberated it from West End.
We more copied it than liberated, but yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I wasn't aware that Pike was using kids these days. Things must be getting pretty desperate over there.
Well,
We are
can
very.
get
I
places.
told you we are very good at what we do.
We are, and we can get
We are here
places
for jobs.
that they can.
I don't have any jobs, son.
We also, I've got a
AKA
back.
the GM does not want us to become mechanics.
I've got. Also, I have a back door into West End's computer systems.
Now that one, huh? How did you manage to pull that one off there, son?
I'm good.
Dice rolls.
The triumph.
Not six-sided variety either. I'm just good. I'm good that way. I'm good with my hands. I say.
I'll tell you what. How about you demonstrate that there back door for me, and let me see how well that back door functions.
You want to do it from this computer?
He wants you to show him the back door.
I heard about his uncle. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Oh my gosh. Yo, we're getting kicked off YouTube today.
Demonetized as hell, right? No.
Hey, you can't take what we ain't got.
That's exactly true.
Sons of guns.
You want me to access it from this computer terminal?
Well, not that one. This one's a little bit more secure, and he pulls up this what looks like a laptop out of a briefcase that you just kind of recognize like the top of the line type of computer system and equipment that you would only dream of owning if you had it. And he goes, I'll tell you what. Let me just see what get into an encryption here, and all right, that's kind of masking it all. And he flips it around and says, "So, if you're on the level, show me."
Okay. So, do I need to do a computer?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
This is to see, and this is going to be a hard check, and this is going to be to see if they've already discovered that you had access to their system.
Now, does this computer he has give me any boosts, huh?
Three dice.
Oh, 3 dice. Not daunting. Okay.
No, not because of the computer equipment itself. Now, I am going to upgrade this check.
What do you think?
Can I backseat hack him?
I'm going to flip it back.
Can I assist?
Oh, wait. I can't do that after you decide. I have to tell you beforehand. So.
Let's just see if it's open. Single success gets you.
Well, I do have, actually, I got a couple of successes, but I have 2 threat.
All right. So
I have 2 threat. I got 2 success and 2 threat.
This takes you a couple of shots to be able to get back into it, because it's like they had started to try and close off a few things, that they had noticed that somebody was still actively monitoring their system because you never killed that connection of what you had plugged in over there. And they were looking for how that was actually running through. So it took you a few attempts to try and kind of bypass the little bit of security they had added back in as a new layer, but ultimately you are able to kind of log back into it. And
how's Cupcake doing?
Cupcake is not available at this time. Hey, it's Tony, all right? I don't want to talk about Tony. No. All right. So anyway, you kind of flip the screen back around, and I'm assuming you got this big old shitty grin on your face when you do it.
There you go.
And he starts plugging around and playing in there and goes, well, now, ain't that just a little something?
I told you I'm good. I'm good at what I do.
So maybe we can work out a little bit of something here if you tell me what this backdoor password is here, and I can kind of get into my. Oh well, we'll settle up here in a few minutes. But
yeah, because we're gonna need a little something too.
But that's interesting, son. You got a little bit of talent there.
I do.
So, but can you break that? Why did you have to bring me that data spike then?
Because that's what we were told to do.
This information that we have is located on internal servers, not Holonet.
But why didn't you just crack the data spike yourself?
I did not try to. I didn't.
We are
I think.
as close to soldiers as we can be. We were sent on a mission. We were told to come to you. We are here.
Yeah.
If you are not a trustworthy person, we will...
Oh, no, I'm just trying to figure out why somebody who's got West End security unlimited access and has been able to maintain it is
we got lucky.
didn't take an opportunity to try and crack this yourself. Seems like it would be a challenge for you.
I don't have the computer.
Yes.
No.
It doesn't have your...
Well, I'll tell you what. He flips the computer back around and says, why don't you give this a shot?
All right.
I kind of want to do some kind of check to sense this dude's motive. Some kind of perception check. He's smelling fishy to me.
All right, by all means, go ahead and you can do a sense. Do you have sense itself?
I don't.
All right, you only have influence.
I have influence and misdirect.
Okay.
And move now.
Now, you could try and do a perception check. I'll tell you, it's probably going to be very, very difficult. It will be against his discipline.
Okay.
To see whether or not he has any tells going on. So, what you will need to do is...
I'm going to try to keep him occupied, too.
Well, what you'll need to do, you're looking at this, so you're just trying to, gaze the whole setup. So there's not really an interaction here where you guys would have had this pre-planned. So what I will say is I did not have his stats pulled out in front of me here, but obviously as a hacker and as somebody who is running a business and trying to stay under the radar, he's going to have a little bit of deception, or not deception, but discipline to him. So we will go with...
High willpower?
Yeah, pretty much. We will go with 2 reds and a purple.
Okay, and what do I need?
All right. I'm not going to upgrade your check, but it is a daunting check.
Okay.
So, before you go any further, would either of you like to upgrade anything?
I already did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I will.
All right, flip it. Wrong.
I even picked up on that.
I did not. I'm so used to being in the GM chair, I didn't even know what I did wrong. For a second.
Baby! Pow! I told you, I'm good, man. I'm the best.
We'll resolve these here in a second. So what happened, Mr. Percy? Mr. A.A. Ron? I'm seeing that look of I just crapped myself.
I did get 2 advantages.
Uh-huh. And what else?
Despair.
Really?
On a perception check, so it can't be that bad.
Uh-huh.
And especially
So let's
if the guy
see what
is on the up and up.
Let's see what you perceive with your despair.
He's a secret agent for the Black Sun. And you believe that with your whole heart.
Well, I'm going to let him tell me.
Oh,
what I
okay.
believe.
We will resolve that shortly. Okay. Let's flip back over to Morango. I'm going to leave you in suspense on what that's going to be.
I got a triumph
You did. All right.
and 3 advantage.
Is it a success or is it a triumph only? Did the success get canceled off the triumph?
No, no. It's a success with a triumph. Yeah.
Success with a triumph. All right. So you are able to bypass the initial layer of encryption. And one of the things that you're able to find when you first start going through this is that there is a list of Imperial security forces by rank who have been bribed by the Black Sun.
Ooh, that's good.
All right, that's one of the files that you're able to locate on here. Now, all this is random data that you guys were able to download.
And this is from West End, right?
This is from West End, but this was in regards to the Black Sun security that they were providing at one of their main facilities.
Ranks.
Imperial security forces by rank and the amount who have been bribed by the Black Sun. So you've got a list in your hand of corrupt Imperial officials.
Oh yeah, Blackmail City. Ooh.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we are going to be able to help Admiral Snack Bar without any trouble at all.
Your triumph is that embedded in that particular file, but it was hidden information, is a list of names of the members of the local rebel cells as well. Contacts of rebels on this planet.
So this
But
is
your names are not on it.
list of names of contacts of the rebel cells.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many total successes did you have?
Just the one,
Just the one.
but 3 advantage.
Okay. So, as far as your advantage is concerned, you're able to find out that there are 4 more files that are sitting on this, but for whatever reason, they're using variable encryptions, and you were not able to get into those encryptions. Now, with that said, what would you guys like to do?
I don't know, what's my despair?
I'm not resolving it yet.
Okay. And I'll just sit here and look pretty.
You failed, sir. No, you failed.
Yeah, so Javel, what do you think? And
Well,
is
that
his name?
looks like you have a little grenade in your hand at this point.
I think so. And is Javel's name on here?
No, it's not.
Okay, okay. Looks like they got information on us too.
Well, it looks like, you're right. I mean, we got a list of Imperials here, and we got a list of rebels here, and, only you know that your names were not actually on the list.
Okay.
So, might be a little dangerous that I actually have you guys here in the office having this conversation.
I think I know why they had us do this mission.
Uh-huh. And he's looking more and more curious at this point. As curious as a basilisk can look.
Are we turning to stone?
No.
They don't know about us.
Huh. Y'all are off the radar then, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what that's going to mean when Black Sun runs you guys' images from the cameras that they captured with you guys being at those facilities.
Oh, he distorted all that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, can I hack in and maybe let me? I'm going to try to hack in and see if I can pull up our images.
And that's fine. You can. He goes, well, I'll tell you what. The time is of the essence here, because if they have y'all's pictures and they're going to be circulating them down here on these lower levels, I think we need to hurry up and finish this, and they need to get you out of my place of business so that they don't come and knocking at my door. So he spins the computer back around, and he's going to take his opportunity now.
Just see if he can crack them.
Oh, yes. Would you guys like to upgrade his check?
Is he opposed to us?
No, but what I'm talking about is would you guys like to spend one of your points?
Oh, well, that's not
to
normally
upgrade
how
his
that's
check?
worded.
Well, he's doing something for you guys. So.
Right. I know, but we're almost out of light side points. So we'll just see
What is he doing?
He is trying to finish cracking the rest of this.
Did you didn't crack all of it?
I didn't know there's 4 more levels that I didn't get
Let's
through.
see.
He got 1 level plus bonus information
Yeah. Okay.
that was not going to be privy to anyone.
I'm uncertain.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and flip it.
All right. So we will do that. Ooh. Okay. So I will show you how that worked for him.
I see 2 triumphs.
So
That's
you
the difference with
triumphs?
That's the difference with Mike GMs and when you DM, Rick.
I know. So that's 5.
He goes, ooh, when good things happen to us.
Yes. All right. So he's sitting here for a few minutes and he's pounding away at the keyboard, and he goes, "Well, this is interesting. You guys got all kinds of good stuff."
That's good.
So, I don't know if you guys are here from Coruscant, right? And just you naturally live here on Coruscant,
Yeah.
right?
I do.
So
I was brought over
that
as a
traitor
tadpole.
Chargan, Masameda, they put him under house arrest at the Imperial Palace.
Who?
Masameda.
Masameda?
You know, that dude that was always standing next to Emperor Palpatine. The guy with the horns that came up and the horns that came... Yeah, this big walking stick. Why would they put him on house arrest? The file doesn't say anything about it, but they specifically decoded a message that he was on house arrest. That may be something that Pike could be interested in. Because if they made an enemy out of him, if the Imperials made an enemy out of him, he could be a pretty powerful ally.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What else do we got sitting
Does
in
it
here?
say where his house is?
It's the Imperial Palace, genius! I just got done saying it. Your friend ain't a smart one.
I know. But he's got good willpower.
I lift the computer and hit him in the head with it real quick.
Oops.
So he keeps...
You should really get better control of your electronics.
He keeps digging here and he goes, all right, so there's a couple of equipment stashes that are located here on the planet. You know, he goes ahead and gives you a couple of grid locations and some coordinates to be able to get to them and access codes to be able to get into the equipment caches.
How many equipment caches?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. We have location and access codes to all of them.
And it looks like these are places that constantly get stocked because this is where their smuggling operations are dropping goods in and out of.
The Black Sun.
Absolutely. Because you guys hit the mother load here.
Are any of those locations Dock A-15?
No.
Damn.
Do any of those talk about cupcakes or
No.
I just asked that.
crawfish? I know.
All right. Now there's a couple of other things where it looks like they have some potential raids that's going to go on. There's a couple of small gangs that look like they have some equipment and some supply locations. So he gives you the information for those of when they're planning on hitting them and other information like that about what they expect to be in those stashes. He goes, now this one, I don't know what this has to do with anything here, but there's a prisoner list, a transport list. People going off planet. Looks like they're sending another batch of people to Kessel. whole nother group of individuals, and not quite sure what to make of this. But
when?
looks like it's going to happen in about 3 weeks. And it's coming from... And he gives you the prison name, and it's the prison you guys were in.
Do you have a restroom?
A restroom?
There's a refresher down the hall, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes, I don't think I need to be here for the mechanical conversation.
Now, young men, I do have to ask, because this is a pretty detailed prisoner list. What are y'all's names? Don't beat around the bush here, and there's reasons why.
Moringa.
You give him your last name as well?
Masani.
Nethrendia Day.
Is that your real last name for your character?
Day is my real last name,
Okay.
but Nethrendia was my father's name.
Give me your mother's name.
Well, I don't see anything there from you, but there is a day listed on this.
To Kessel.
To Kessel.
Do we know about his mom? Do I know about his mom?
You don't know about his mom. He didn't disclose it yet.
Okay.
What, you got another relative that's sitting here?
What is the name on the list?
What's your mom's name?
I didn't make it up.
Barbara. No.
Barbara.
Would you like to flip the desk point to introduce the name?
Ba apostrophe bra.
Barbara.
Barbara.
Barbara Day. How about Doris?
I like Barbara.
Hey, Arwen. No.
Barbara. Barbara.
Barbara. Make it as difficult as possible.
You good one's got to remember it. All right.
Not if I don't follow this thread.
Who is a Barbara Day to you?
No one
It
comes.
doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. All right. Well.
But this is a list of prisoners going to Kessel?
Well, the only reason why I asked that is because, you got the same last name, and they got this one and two others that are listed as high priority.
Who are the two others?
I'm just going to say it for argument's sake. Thui's mom's name is on the list.
Okay.
And then some name that you just absolutely don't recognize.
Dewey's
Is
mom.
it an unimportant name?
It's an unimportant name.
Okay, good.
Now, it looks like that's all the data that you guys were able to capture and dump onto this thing, but you guys got a wealth of knowledge about when they're moving, where they're moving, who's taking who, where the caches are. You guys got all kinds of stuff that y'all are sitting under blockade right now that may turn the tide of this whole thing.
So, I don't want to ask him again because I want him to think that I don't care about the Kessel thing. Did I catch when the Kessel ship was leaving?
3 weeks.
You guys have access. 3 weeks. You guys have access to the file. So he turns around and he goes, all right, look, I want this out of my shop, and I want it out of my shop now. So you guys have the decrypted files. I suggest you get this back to Pike, and you forget you ever came
Oh,
here.
look, he put it on your computer. We have to take that too.
Yeah, no. He unplugs the data spike and hands
But
it over.
does he still have the back door on his computer?
He still has a back door in his computer.
So what does that? What's the back door worth to you?
He looks over, and he hits the delete key and drops it back off and says, not as much as this other stuff is, and I damn sure don't want that kind of heat coming back into my shop.
So he took the back door off?
He completely deleted that out. He dropped the program.
But we left a Trojan horse.
I did have
Now.
triumph.
To get to your perception despair. At the same time that he is handing you back this data spike and telling you he wants you out of his shop, up at the front, you hear a Coruscant security. And his eyes are about this big. And he looks back at you and says, out that window and down the hall. Get out the back of this facility and go. I'm going to stall him.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Okay.
So should we steal a speeder?
And with that, with that, guys, again, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and we will be resetting. And for those of you that are not on the stream and catching this on our weekly release, then feel free to give us a like, a subscription, thumbs up, leave us a comment, and we will be happy to have you as part of our overall Nerdcaster family. And with that, keep on adventuring, guys.
Good night.